5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hello, welcome to my top 5 X-Men movies. So far, still more to come. X-Men films that I've enjoyed the most. Yes, there's been quite a few now, isn't there? Yes, and there's enough to do a top 5, but I'm not sure there's enough to do a top 10 so far. So, get your Wolverine claws ready and we're going to go in for a top 5.
5.
I've been somewhere and somebody said it's not a proper X-Men film. Well, I think it is, so that makes it my number 5, and my wife likes James McAvoy.
4.
Now, this could be a little bit hit and miss, but I enjoyed it, and that's The Wolverine. Yes, it just proves that you can do a standalone X-Men film with not being that rubbish.
3.
It's happened many times in the past. You make a film, it's a success, blah blah blah. Then you decide to go and do the prequels, but then you need to cast people to play the older characters but younger. It's happened before. Look at Ewan McGregor and Alec Guinness, example. Look at Martin Freeman. Yeah, Bilbo. Yeah. See, it works. But what happens when you put those two sort of actors in the same thing together? Patrick Stewart and James McAvoy. You get X-Men, Days of Future Past. Now, I really like this one. It was really good, very clever how I remember the cartoon from back in the day, but I really enjoyed how this actually worked on live action film. Very good action film, loads of set pieces, and very moving story as well. Yes, very good. That's why it's my number 3.
2.
Now, before you start, this is set in the X-Men universe. My number 2 pick for X-Men film is Deadpool. Why? I'm not going to say because that's Batman. But yes, this is my number 2. Why? Maximum effort.
1.
Number 1 is there. Number 2, X-Men 2. Yes, really enjoyed this film. I watched it again recently. I watched all of them, in fact, to try and put together a sort of top 5, and just no question that this is the best one. Apocalypse, The Last Stand, the Wolverine origin story. This is definitely, without doubt, the best one, and including, not to forget, in First Class as well. And of course there's another one out there as well. I don't know the name of it, but I'm definitely convinced I saw another X-Men film, a bit slightly lower budget, if anyone remembers that one. But yes, I do say this is definitely the best X-Men film that's out there. Best performances by Ian McKellen and Patrick Stewart in these as well, and Halle Berry as well. You know, who knew Halle Berry was in this? I have to remind people that every now and again, that Halle Berry is in these films as well, and the start of what would be Jean turning into that thing in The Last Stand. But we don't talk about that. So that's my top 5. What do you think your top 5 is? You could probably do a top 10, but I'm doing a top 5 because it's half the work. I'm Adam Paul Morgan, and thank you for watching.